Hey guys, thought I would hop on here just to show you a few little things that we're doing for dinner. I'm going to do for dinner tonight. Won't be long, but this is going to take probably about a 30-minute meal. But I'm just going to show you a little bit of the prep that I've done. What I've done already is I've peeled my potatoes and I've let them soak in some water, and I'm going to dump it out right now. Because what that does is it gets that starch out of the potato, and so not so much water is in it. So when you do that, what I'm going to do now is I let it strain out, but then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to what I'm going to do is pat it dry, so that by time I get finished with patting that dry, it's going to be pretty much, the water is going to be out of it. It's not so bad, so that when you put it in the pan or the oven, it's not popping everywhere and you don't have all that water in it. So that's what I've done there. What I'm going to do now is chop up a few almonds, and I'm just going to put this out here and use my food chopper to chop the almonds to put in with my veggies. So what I'm going to actually do, you can see over here, I've got my large bar pan. I'm going to put my potatoes and green beans in that and cook it in a 425 oven for probably around 30 minutes or so, until they get all nice and a little bit crispy and all of that. So let me get my paper towel. I'm going to pat my potatoes dry and get all that water out of them. Then I'm going to put my green beans, my onions, and then I'm going to use my garlic press and going to put that in here as well. And then we're going to pop that in the oven. And then while this is cooking in the oven, you can see back here, I've got my non-stick double burner grill, because I was going to do this outside, but it got a little bit cooler, and also it got really rainy. So I just decided that I'm just going to bring it all inside. And so thank goodness that I had this double burner grill that I can use a lot of. So I'm putting all of my green beans, my almonds, my onions that I had sliced, and put all of those together. And now I'm going to put some olive oil, scatter it around with that, with the olive oil, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper, and put that in the oven. So got this, salt, pepper, olive oil, and just going to sprinkle this in all over it, because you want it to get nice and coated on all of the green beans and all of the potatoes. And probably what I'm going to do, instead of trying to put it all together or use my my tongs to stir it all up in here, I'm just going to dump it in my bar pan, and then that way I can do it there. So let me get my bar pan, and I'll just bring it over here so that we can see what's happening. I didn't grease this or oil this at all, and I'm just going to put this down. Got my potatoes. It's going to be overflowing. Didn't want that to happen, but we have so many that that's why it was not going to be very good to turn this all over in the bowl. It's better to do it out here. So I'm just putting a little bit more salt and pepper on the underside of what I had. It's not good to talk when you're putting pepper. So you can see that I'm just going to turn it over in the bar pan itself. And like I was saying, is I did not oil the bar pan. I just put the oil in the green beans mixture with the potatoes and just stirring all that up in here. And that gives it a good coating and moisture so that when you get it in the oven, it's going to have a nice, it'll get a little bit crispy, and it will have a really nice flavor. And I'm going to sprinkle, I had some thyme that I dried from my garden, so I'm just going to put a little bit of thyme, sprinkle that over the top of it. Get this all out here like this. This is going to cook down so it's not so tall, and that will make it better. So let me get my thyme. These are really good tongs, by the way. If any of you don't have any good tongs, this is really great because they are they don't have this little gadget at the end to make it go open and closed. All you have to do is turn it down. When you're going down, it's going to open. When you turn it up, it's going to close, and it's going to be out of your way so it doesn't flop open everywhere. So here's my thyme. Turn my pan down. I had it turned up because what I'm going to do with my pork chops is I'm going to sear them. Then I'm just going to let them cook there for the time that the green beans and the potatoes are in the oven. So now I'm going to stick this in the oven, so I'll be right back. Sorry, that's going to take about 30 minutes. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to bring you over here, and we're going to put the pork chops on, and I'm going to let you watch here on the bar pan while I'm doing the pork chops. I'm going to turn this back up, and I also have this little baster that I have put a little bit of oil in here, so I'm going to just put that all around. So that it gets all coated. And get my tongs again. And what I did with this, let me show you my spices that I use. That it's really good. I put a little bit of a secret that, well, let me turn it here so you can see me, sorry. A secret that I like to do is I use when I'm grilling on my grill inside, or when I'm doing burgers or anything, I mix some liquid smoke in with my mixtures and my marinade, so that what it does is it gets a really good smoky taste and flavor to it. So with this, here's my pork chops right here. So with my pork chops, I put some oil and put my liquid smoke in it, and then I also used some bell pepper. It's just called bell pepper herb. Smells really good, and I put that in here and let this soak and marinate for a couple of hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these on. I'm going to let you see here now what I'm doing. And I'm going to sear this, then I'm going to turn it down and let it slowly cook while the potatoes and the green beans are cooking. And then by the end of 30 minutes, around there, I'm going to have all of my food all done and all cooked, ready for everyone to eat. So that's basically what I have for right now. And I will come back later with the final, the results of what all this is when it's all finished. And you can see what the final, we'll do a taste test. And I'll let you know how well it tastes. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. We're doing pork chops on my double burner, non-stick double burner grill. And we're doing, in the oven, in my large bar pan, we're doing green beans with potatoes and onions and almonds, sprinkled with a little bit of thyme, salt, and pepper. And I just dabbed some olive oil on it to give it that nice flavor. So anyway, we'll see you back a little bit later with the results of this. Thank you guys for watching.